Most of us, after we endure a tough breakup, do our best to forget about it double quick. A healing trip to Vegas, a nice rebound relationship, maybe adopt a cat. So what gives, then, with this new museum in Los Angeles entirely dedicated to love gone wrong? ABC's Nick Watt investigates.
This iron was used to iron my wedding suit. Now it is the only thing left.
On the night we met, he told me his nickname was Danger.
True tales, mementos of lost love donated by members of the public for closure, catharsis, revenge.
He made me wear them during sex because they turned him on.
Preserved and displayed here on Hollywood Boulevard.
This is my favorite museum I have ever been to.
No boring shards of pottery from Palmyra or grody Etruscan loincloths, but the detritus of doomed devotion.
This is much more accessible.
That guy, an LA lawyer, founded the place. We'll get to why in just a minute.
These are all artifacts of a different kind. There's a story behind every one of them, a human story.
The bottle of wine was to drink when we both left our spouses. We never did.
Who knows, Taylor Swift may one day donate that jumpsuit. Ben and Jen, perhaps their Daredevil costumes. They met on set. Gwyneth, a dog-eared copy of Parachutes.
I'll be loving you always. Always.
As a culture in song and on screen,
I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
we generally prefer to celebrate finding love, falling in love, beating the odds, the promise of happily ever after. Earlier this evening, I giggled watching The Bachelorette when JoJo took Chase on a yoga date.
How long have you guys been intimate?
Never.
Oh, okay.
We met about a week ago.
We'd all like to believe Sally's still with Harry.
I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich.
But listen up, people. Nearly 50% of marriages end in divorce. Face facts. Face reality. Visit the Museum of Broken Relationships.
It's making me reflect on my own relationships. It's very beautiful.
I spent an entire summer making this birthday present, and he left it in my car.
It's nice to know that that doesn't just happen to me.
My boyfriend Andrew and I first met in 7th grade gym class.
We asked an expert, is this serving any purpose whatsoever?
Immediately, I thought, this is ridiculous. And then when I started to think more deeply about it, I thought, well, actually, there's a lot of people who need closure.
Did you see this one?
Yes. We've had behind-the-scenes access since this place looked like this. It used to be a lingerie store, the famous Fredericks of Hollywood. A fitting transformation. Back to that lawyer who made all this happen. All started last summer on a family vacation to Croatia.
We had a guidebook that said there was this museum of broken relationships, and I thought, we got to see that.
The first Museum of Broken Relationships opened in Croatia 5 years ago.
But we came out of there, just all of us, moved by it. This is a universal human experience. Everybody has had a broken relationship of one kind or another.
Yeah. John Quinn started collecting for an LA version.
This woman's former boyfriend had encouraged her, strongly encouraged her to get breast implants. He wanted her to have larger breasts.
Sounds like a great guy.
He hired a director, curators, storing donations in his law offices.
He was a big Nebraska fan, so she bought this to wear for him. And she was going to put it on for him one night, and he broke up with her over a text.
It's all anonymous.
All of it's anonymous.
And so the stories, I imagine, would be slightly differently told if you had to put your name.
I think so. I think that by keeping it anonymous, people are willing to tell the whole story.
I made a donation myself.
That's the explanation.
Would it be picked as one of the 103 on display?
Mine didn't.
Yours didn't make it. Not this time.
My pain wasn't enough.
Your pain is so
Actually,
enough.
it wasn't really pain.
It wasn't pain. Your cavalier attitude towards your last relationship with a keychain you just happened to still keep. Yes.
We had a pretty horrible breakup. I was very glad to be rid of her, but for some reason I kept this keychain.
Then I would say that There was something about the drama of that relationship that you enjoyed. There was something about the passion.
I'm going to stop her there. My wife might be watching.
Nebraska made it.
Nebraska made it.
Of course.
You had to.
It's not just failed romance.
Sometimes family, religion, countries, you know, everything. It's all kinds of broken relationships.
Some aren't funny at all.
And that's not the only transplant story we have.
Do you edit the stories at all? No, you just...
For basic grammar or misspellings. There's this person's side, the other person's side, and then what actually happened.
But the truth is, we've all been there one way or another, and this may be the most universally relatable museum on Earth. I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in Hollywood.